Hey there, Venus and Taurus natives. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well today. If you are not sure what your Venus sign is and you would like to find out, you can go ahead and check the calculators that I have in the description box below. And so today what we're going to do for this reading is going to be basically my Venus readings. I am going to be getting messages from Venus, from the goddess of love and beauty. About what you need to know regarding your love life, your relationships, and also messages about, self-love, self-respect, and things of that nature, because that is also what Venus represents. So not only are we going to look at your cards and see what messages Venus has for you about your love life at this time, going forward, at the end we are also I'm going to toss some runes, and I'm also thinking about using my wand as a pendulum to get a yes or no, to find out if there's going to be more love coming your way. And I will use that in conjunction with the runes to find out what you can expect coming soon for you. So I also channeled a song, and I pre-shuffled your cards before I channeled the song. And your song is Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. And the few lyrics that I wrote down are, I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe it's all part of a plan. I'll just keep on making mistakes, hoping that you'll understand. So a few messages that I'm getting for you guys. Those of you that are in a connection, you are dealing with someone that may be a little bit in and out of your life. I know the song is singing about how Ed Sheeran is singing about how he wants to imagine spending his life with someone until they're like 70. But I feel that you guys have been very forgiving to someone. And this, if this isn't a specific person, this has been your general experiences in your relationships over the course of your lifetime, where you, Taurus Venus is a very steady and stable, reliable kind of person and partner, and you guys have always been there for people, and you've dealt with a lot of people that have, not been as reliable all the time, people who might even be in a little bit more of a chaotic energy at times, but you are still sticking around. And that's a beautiful thing, especially, it's a beautiful thing, and especially when you know that when you're fighting to stay with a person that is actually worth it in the long run. Because one thing about Taurus Venus is that at times you might tend to stay in a situation a lot longer than is best for you, for the sake of maintaining what you have already built up until this point. But I do see that you guys do have this understanding that things happen for a reason. You understand that somehow there's like a bigger plan, a bigger purpose for why, we meet certain people and why certain relationships happen the way that they do. And this is also something that you guys are trying to understand. So let's look at your cards. I'm just going to lay them all out today, and we're going to find out what other messages that Venus has for you. Okay? So you guys have plants, which says growth. Inner core, solidity. Inner core, solidity. Okay, so we have the number 19 and 18 here. And yeah, solidity is definitely in alignment with the energy of Taurus. Inner core and plants, and you guys have Buddhi in the reverse. And answering the call, the time is now. Okay. From the tarot, you have the Page of Swords, the Hermit, the Three of Swords in the reverse, the Three of Pentacles, the Tower, Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, and Teacher, and yes. Just say yes. All right, Taurus. So this is what I am getting from these cards. Yeah, I do think that a lot of you guys are not in a, those of you that are not in a commitment at this time, the messages from Venus have to do with, first of all, you guys have this innate energy of beauty and devotion. You guys are very mystical in that way, where you are very devoted to, you know, someone or something, whatever you are devoted to, and you do give your all, and you guys do believe in growing with someone. And what I am seeing here is that those of you that have been in a connection or dealing with someone, I feel like, see, the Tower card being here has to do with a breakdown of everything you want to know, okay? I don't know, the way that Venus is having me do these readings is not necessarily about telling you how a person feels about you today. The messages from Venus are, like I said, have a lot to do with, I did a meditation, and I channeled Venus to be with me while I'm doing these readings as part of this series. And, you know, Venus definitely will always make a statement to put herself first when she knows that she, you know, because she knows that she is deserving of the absolute best. And that is what we are all here to aspire for when it comes to our relationships. And for you, Venus in Taurus, one of your highest traits is your devotion and how devoted you are. But Venus is coming through here to remind you to go within yourself and find out where your inner stability comes from, because a lot of you guys are learning a lesson about having that stability within yourself so that you don't have to find it outside of you. Venus in Taurus is a very self-sufficient sign, but because Taurus is associated with Venus, it is going to impact our relationships and how we connect with other people. And the thing about Taurus is that there is still this side of Taurus that's also very possessive and wants to have something and doesn't want to, you know, let go of what they have and what they've built. And the message that's coming from Venus right now about that is how a lot of times that kind of that need to hold on so tightly to something comes from a place of fear of loss, a fear of abandonment, and a fear of you know, just losing something. But when we have this awareness of our inner core, of when we have worked on ourselves and created a foundation within ourselves of stability and knowing who we are, knowing what our values are, knowing what's mine, you know, Taurus Venus, knowing what you have built for yourself and what you have manifested and such, you don't have to worry about losing your stability, because that is always within you and yourself. The more you also take care of yourself and put yourself first, and nurture yourself, your physical body, the foods you eat, and also the time and energy that you allow yourself to engage in, by maintaining that sense of structure within yourself, you will never actually have to lose that foundation. And I feel like this is what you guys are learning right now. If you feel like you have been struggling to find a connection, and anytime you do say you meet someone that starts to turn your heart around, or from all the heartbreak and loss that you have experienced in the past, and you feel like you are starting to create with them, and you feel like you have, but then let's say if things don't work out, it feels like a tower moment for you because of how important that need for that stability and structure is. And I do think that this answering the call is saying that the time is now for you guys to start creating your own structure for yourself. And what does that mean? That means thinking about investing in, let's say, your own home, your own apartment, if that's what you want, your own house, whatever you can afford or envision for yourself and invest in. It's time for you to start thinking in this way. If you already have your own home, it's time for you to start organizing and knowing where everything is, and you know, and understanding the value of the things that you have. This Just Say Yes card is coming to me right now because just like in the song that we channeled, it says, I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. And I think, see, as a Venus in Taurus, you also have a tendency to try and control the outcome, okay? This is something that Taurus and Scorpio have in common. But this is a message to you guys to say yes to the love that comes your way. See, be open to learning more about yourself and different circumstances that love can come about. I'm trying to see what other messages are coming through from these cards. 19 reduces to the 1 and 18 reduces to 9, and what that is telling me here, and even if I don't reduce the numbers, so we have 1, 9, 1, 8, and 9 has a lot to do with passion and like the drive to just go and live our lives passionately and to be ourselves and to not you know, tolerate any nonsense or BS. The 8 is that way as well. 8 has to do with personal power. It has to do with transformation and a rebirth of ourselves. And Taurus, I think that you guys are going through this rebirth so that you can approach love and relationships in a much healthier way, and actually, you know, come from a place of building someone with building something with someone from a place of having also built that stability and solidity within yourself. Now, the other thing that's coming through now, this Page of Swords is speaking to me because in astrology, Taurus has Gemini. In holistic astrology, Taurus has Gemini on the second house cusp. This doesn't really get talked about enough, so a lot of astrologers know Taurus to be that stubborn, rigid kind of energy, other than beautiful and sensual, and a love for food and pleasures in life, yes. But there's also another side of Taurus where their values in the second house comes from the energy of Gemini, which is a curiosity about life and about, you know, wanting to learn more, and also always coming from a logical place. Sometimes you guys are a little bit too logical in your approach to love and relationships, and you try to figure out like what it means but I feel like this energy you needing to just say yes. Because that's what this card says. It says, just say yes. And I apologize, my neighbor above me is super loud today. Just say yes and open, you know, this is about you guys opening up your heart again. It's been really hard for you to let yourself be loved because of the lack of stability in your life, and having had to experience a lot of intense, chaotic experiences and breakdown of what you have built. And that might be what you guys are going through right now, a breakdown of something that you had built for a long time. But I also feel like there's this, you know, those of you that have not been in a long-term relationship in a while, and you have spent time focusing on yourself, this is a time for you to open up your heart and to say yes, and to go back out there, and to mingle and to chat with people and to share your ideas and to share your knowledge, because you guys are very knowledgeable. That's another thing. You know, you guys are very knowledgeable about a lot of things, and you also like to learn, and you like to hear what other people's thoughts are and their experiences. And I think that's what it's going to take for you guys to be able to start forming more relationships with people, and to slowly build a stronger and more long-lasting bond. In the long run, you need to be able to have these conversations with someone, and to be able to share your ideas, and to have someone that listens to you. Okay. Yeah. Any other messages, please? Yeah, you guys have definitely grown a lot. And I do think that sometimes you don't feel like you're that wise, because for some reason you keep having the same kind of patterns in relationships, you feel like, and you have yet to build something stable and long-lasting. But once again, this comes from a place of fear, because you guys actually have a lot of wisdom. And this message for you guys is mostly about how you do have what it takes to build something, but you have to overcome the fears that you have about losing and holding on so tightly, because by holding on so tightly to something, it's gonna try and get away from you. And that's where I do think that there needs to be a little bit more grace in your approach to relationships when you're connecting with someone, to try not to have such an intense hold on them, and to let there still be a bit of a freedom of life to flow in whatever direction that it decides to go into. Okay, so let's get some runes and find out, is there going to be a significant love relationship coming in for Venus and Taurus anytime soon? Please show me yes. Stop. Please show me no. Stop. Is there going to be a significant love relationship coming in for Venus and Taurus anytime soon? Alright, we have a yes. Looks like there is going to be a relationship. And I was picking up that when I got this first rune here. I got a little bit confused when I saw this one right here, but hear me out and don't be afraid. So, what I am seeing here definitely is that there's definitely going to be a huge change, a shift in energy for you guys. You guys are going through a major shift energetically. And this is about Ingus is about actually yielding and investing in something, and how like the process of like, you know, when you meet someone, when you meet this person, you guys are going to have a very intense magnetic chemistry with one another, and it's going to be important that you guys try your best to not get too intensely involved with each other right away, where you have such deep feelings that you just never want to lose that person. That's what I'm saying. So that's what needs to be avoided, because what I see here is that's also changing, because I do see that you guys have been having this breakthrough, this awareness after a breakdown of a past relationship and your past experiences of what you have tried to build in the past, and you having a better understanding of needing to have better structure in yourself before trying to find it outside of you. And that's going to give you a more successful experience in your relationships. Now, I do see here this rune of mystery, intuition, mystery, and also like a need for you to use your intuition about this person, because there is this energy of Hagalaz, which has to do with it can have to do with like, you know, like a warning sign, a cautioning you of some kind of like damage, debts, loss, and you needing to make some kind of a sacrifice. For some of you guys, the sacrifice could be you needing to choose between two different people and to commit to that. But also the biggest message that I'm seeing here is that while you're meeting people coming up very soon, use your intuition and make sure that you can see, you know, I think that's probably another thing too about Venus and Taurus, is that Taurus Venus might actually also attract people who have a lot of like financial debts, and people who might try to depend on you financially for things, which is not right. And just use your intuition to get to know a person and take your time investing in that connection, and try not to get lost in the passion that and the lust that you feel for this person, because I do feel like it's going to be a little bit intense, and there's going to be a chance for you guys to actually yield and to build something, but you also need to use your intuition and to not get caught up in any like toxic patterns that you have noticed in your past as well. I hope that makes sense. Please leave me a comment. Let me know if this reading resonated with you guys. Like this video if you feel like it helped you. Subscribe if you are new here. And I will see you guys again very soon. Bye.